Spurs are just being relentless at the minute. Hines. Support is out on the right-hand side. Pochettino delivers in. Sondergaard forced just to palm it down. Shashua putting it back in and into the back of the net. And you felt like the goal was coming.
Yeah.
As Spurs just kept on knocking on the door and eventually capitalising on a loose ball in the penalty area and getting the lead.
Yeah, we touched on it earlier. Tottenham were having their best spell in the game. They were keeping the ball, passing it quickly, crisply on the floor. They were pressing Wolves high, and ultimately there it's a good intricate bit of passing. Sondergaard punches the ball, not enough on it. He gets a good connection. I think it goes for his legs in the end, and you know, you've got to put it down to a good finish. But it was a good spell from Tottenham, and when you're having good spells like that, you got to score, and that's what they've done.
Binks, the Yoma, Okadini. Spurs turn to try and work it from side to side. High ball through towards Shashua. Oh, and that's come off Sanderson, and it's going to be in. It may well go down as the own goal. Shashua made every single effort possible to get to the ball before it went across the line. And a bit of miscommunication costs Wolves, and they go 2-0 down.
Yeah, it's a lack of communication there from Sondergaard and Sanderson. For me, I think the goalkeeper needs to be loud. He needs to be more dominating there in what he wants from his centre-half. The centre-half obviously thinks the goalkeeper's staying on his line. He's just trying to head one back to him. But that's, you know, it happens in football, but that's where you need to communicate. The goalkeeper needs to be loud, needs to be confident in what he wants from his centre-half, and those mistakes don't happen. But they'll learn from that. Silly mistakes like that, you've got to cut out of your game, but yeah, really unfortunate, because he's had a strong half of football, Sanderson, you know, and the goalkeeper. But mistakes like that can cost you games.
There's a foul on Shem Campbell. You were saying earlier, Sylvain, about how much the players will have learned to work in these kind of conditions, and you learn about the players, about their character more than anything.
Yeah, you do. When you get tough times is where you find out what you've got in terms of a squad, what you've got in terms of individuals, and whether they're up for the fight.
What delivering in, Sanderson, that might just drop. Oh, and Wolves do get themselves one back in it. It's consolation, but it was well worth the wait to see that ball ripple into the back of the net, and that will give this Wolves under-23s team just enough of a lift on what's been a miserable afternoon from the weather and the conditions. At least they have something to take from the game.
Yeah, definitely. It's a routine ball into the box. I think Sanderson wins the header, and it's a really good finish into the roof of the net. Probably too little too late now, but nonetheless, they've got a goal back in the game. They've not given up the fight, but just too little too late.
Well, there you go. Practically the final kick of the game.